The story of Air opens up with a flashback of the 1980s. This flashback ends right after the 1984 draft, and it is here where we are introduced to Sonny, Matt Damon. Sonny works for Nike and is in charge of finding basketball players to endorse. In 1984, Nike really wasn't on the map and was overshadowed by Converse and Adidas. This movie follows Sonny's journey on trying to endorse the GOAT, Michael Jordan. We follow Sonny trying to get Phil, who is played by Ben Affleck, to give him extra money to spend on Michael Jordan. Sonny heads to LA to talk to George Raveling, Marlon Wayans, an Olympic coach who shared a really cool story about how he had the original copy of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Sonny also heads to North Carolina in order to talk to Michael Jordan's parents and convince them for an interview. When the Jordans agree, Sonny heads straight to designing the now Air Jordan shoe. We then follow the Jordans' journey of shoe pitches from Converse, Adidas, and then Nike. During Nike's pitch, a video was shown of Jordan's game in college, and no one was really having it. Sonny then took inspiration from the MLK story and did a full 180 and spoke a speech that was paired with footage of Michael Jordan's real career. A few days later, Michael Jordan accepts Nike's offer on one condition. He gets a percentage of the sales, which was, at the time, unheard of. Initially, Sonny declines the offer, citing that Phil would never allow it, but then Phil later allows it, revolutionizing endorsement deals for the future. So what did I dislike about this film? Not much. I feel like there were parts that could have been transitioned. For instance, we cut from Sonny in Nike HQ, then he takes a plane to LA in order to talk with the Olympic coach, and then it cuts back to Nike HQ, then he goes to North Carolina, and he ends back up at Nike HQ. Other than that, and a few other things, it was a good movie. So what did I do like about this film? For movies that are based on real life events, I always love when the directors add real life footage of the event. I believe that the humor in this film was the best part. For a based on true events story, comedy was implemented really, really well. The stars of the show, in my opinion, were Chris Tucker and Jason Bateman. Chris Tucker has a unique style of comedy that it's really refreshing to see. Jason Bateman is one of my favorite comedians simply because of his dry and sarcastic humor. Ben Affleck also had great moments too, and that really helps balance out his tough business character. And then Matt Damon had few attempts because he really just had to carry the serious side of the story, but when he did have comedic bits, he pulled it off very well. Air does a really good job of bringing us back to the 80s, whether that be by the soundtrack, costumes, or cars. Any great movie needs a sense of direction, and with that, a great director. Ben Affleck has another well-directed film under his belt, Following the Town and Argo. One of my favorite shots of the film is the 10 Nike rules. This board is always in the background as a reminder that the rules are in place so that good things will happen. These rules break up every section of the movie, especially when Sonny is questioning what he should do. Finally, I was wondering if we would see who played Michael Jordan or even a little cameo from older Michael Jordan, but I think they did the right thing by not messing it up. In fact, Air is essentially about Sonny and Nike's struggles, not Michael Jordan's life. Taking risks is a huge theme of this movie. One of the first things that we see Sonny do is gamble on a basketball game, and then he gambles at the craps table. Later, Sonny gambles his whole career on Michael Jordan. And on the flip side, Phil, as a successful businessman, would rather not take risks, but later comes around and risks his career in search of greatness. As for the grading, I would give this a high 8 out of 10, so combining it with my other reviews on already movies not in theaters, I would give it probably an 86 out of 100. You could convince me to push it up to a 9 out of 10, but for now I'll keep it at an 8 out of 10. This reason is that it was a good homage to Nike's beginnings as well as Jordan's beginnings. The directing was good, the writing was good, the acting was good. This is what you call a great dad movie. The jokes were funny, and it talked about the 80s and basketball. What else could dads who lived in the 80s ask for? Only thing that I couldn't really get past was all of the jumping around between locations. But other than that, this was a great movie, and it sucks that it's competing against Super Mario Brothers at the box office. Let me know what you guys rated Air in the comments section down below. Again, I rated it an 86 out of 100. I just think it's a decent movie. It's a dad movie. What else could you ask for? As for the next movie that we're going to be reviewing on the channel, it's an animated banger about two brothers.